Hey, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Loaded Mag NUFC. The big FA Cup draw, the fifth round draw tonight. We thought we'd do a little live just to bring the excitement in after the great victory on Saturday against corruption, against Aston Villa, against the world. We are back, and we've got the boys here. We're going to talk about it all. Daz, Chris, how are you fellas? Are you excited about this cup draw tonight?
I am for now. Let's see when it happens. So yeah, still living off the victory at the weekend, and just kind of the buzz of that. So yeah, the FA Cup is important to me now again. So for how long? Let's see. Chris, how are you?
All right, mate. Yeah, busy day as always. Our sums is off this week, so I was kind of juggling a little bit of childcare, a little bit of work. So that was interesting. A few drop-offs and stuff like that. But yeah, it's been a busy day, and intrigued to see who we get in this cup draw. I must admit, I haven't. I know obviously a few teams who we could possibly get, but I don't know the full catalogue of teams who we could get. So I suppose I'm just hoping for a nice home draw, a nice easy home draw. That's what I'm hoping for, rather than away. But we will see. We will see. But Pete, how are you doing, mate? You good?
Yeah, not too bad.
He's off this week, and he's off this week.
I'm loving life until I got the bill for my car this morning. It's just a nightmare. It's an MOT that didn't turn into an MOT because I need 2 new tires. I did not realize how I've not had to change a tire for years now, and I did not realize how expensive they have become over these last 4 or 5 years. It is ridiculous. But just to add on top of the fact that the wife needs 2 new tires on her car as well. So we're both booked in tomorrow. Very expensive day. But other than that, a nice day, nice little chilled one with the family in that. And it will continue to be that. We're not going to let it get us down. Not after the big victory at the weekend, not after the FA Cup draw, not after all things. Looking forward to Karabag as well. And you did ask the question, Chris, about potential teams.
Yeah, I've just seen it.
Bring that up. There it is. But equally, it's not the only draw that's going to be on tonight. We've got a big members draw, and there's going to be potentially 2 winners for that. So anyone that's a member from Loaded Mag NUFC Ultras, you will get a chance to win. But I did have the picture. The draws there just coming on the screen. I've got a picture of it as well here with the numbers. So they are there.
Here we go.
There are some sort of question marks still with regards to matches that still need to be played. But the bulk of the teams are there. And the most important ball to look out for is lucky number 13, Newcastle United.
Home draw.
Yeah, I think we're all the same round here. Home draw. People in the chat that are just flocking in right now. Let us know who you would want in the draw. Is there any team from this list, Daz and Chris, that you take and you kind of shake hands with and walk away? If it was your home draw, who would be your ideal opponent?
Okay, I'd take home draw. I'll take Fulham, Sunderland, Southampton, anyone apart from. It's easier to go who I don't want. Don't want really Liverpool. Save them for the final. Don't want Arsenal. Don't particularly want Chelsea. Definitely don't want Man City. Anyone else I would take. I'd also take a win in the loaded ultra prize draw as well. Is it a set of tires? Is the prize? I'm not sure, Chris, what you decided on, because there's a few.
I'm interested.
I'm
interested. Can I make a late arrival for this draw?
Not 1, but 2 tires.
I am interested.
And also, actually, before I forget, there is a flash poll as well, because remember we had our poll about Eddie Howe, who wants him, who doesn't want him, and we had 33% wanted Eddie to go at one stage. Then we had the Sunderland game, 66% wanted Eddie to go. So I think we're after 2 wins now. It's going to be a bit more balanced. So I've given 4 options to the chatters as well. So let me see what those options were. Yes, it was Eddie to leave this summer, Eddie to stay for next season? You're undecided until the summer? Or thanks, Eddie, goodbye now. So they're your 4 options. So we leave that going for a while and see what people think. As I know it changes from week to week, but just a snapshot of what the opinion polls are like now.
Okay, get your votes in there. Chris, come back to you. And Daz has said anyone other than the big teams you want to be avoiding. Anyone in particular you're looking for in that draw, or you would shake your hands for right now?
Oh, mate. I mean, Daz wasn't far off, to be fair. There's teams to avoid. Although, for some weird reason, I don't know why I've put myself through this, but like every time I see Liverpool, I always think, yeah, Liverpool at home. I would quite like that because it'd be nice to get a giant knocked out. I would like that. But really, I suppose, we should really be looking for the lower league teams. That's who we should really be aiming for. But yeah, for me, it's just about the home draw. I really, really want a home draw. And let's be honest, boys, even if we were to pull an Arsenal, City, Chelsea, Liverpool, they would probably be looking at it as well and thinking, oh, Newcastle away, don't fancy that. So I suppose you can look at it from both sides, can't you? But for me, yeah, just get me a home draw. And if it's against lower league opposition, great.
Yeah, I would take that as well. Try and avoid a dream scenario for me would be, a Man City, Arsenal, a Chelsea, Liverpool,
yes.
and then I'll be honest with you, I'd take anything else because, I would say alongside those 4 that I've just mentioned, I said we're the number 5 there in number 5 there in terms of being a favourite for the competition. That's for sure. So if you've got potential to some of those big boys clashing and us avoiding them, I think we deserve it. We got probably the hardest tie of them all, and away from home too, in that last round. So we got harshly done by. So let's hope that we're going to get at least a little favour. And I think, lads, we're due a favour, especially with the horrible fixtures that we've had recently. They've been horrible, like to go through, especially away from home. It'd be nice to get a home draw against a favourable team. Give me Mansfield at home. Give me Norwich at home. Give me a team like that. You got potential Port Vale or Bristol City. I'll take it all day long. Wrexham, I know someone in the chat, I've just seen Wrexham pop up. I can't remember who put it, but Wrexham I'd take at home, not there, because they're a team on the up at the moment, and they're unpredictable. So Sophie put it in. They are a little bit of an unpredictable team. So I wouldn't necessarily take our chances. Not that I didn't think we could win, we could, but you want just a tie that's not going to ask too many questions, hopefully. But let's see. But the draw will be coming up very, very shortly. So we will get to that in just a second. I don't know if there's any comments or questions. For all those that are on X, come and join us. I can't get onto X at the moment. It's been really off all day for me, but X very up and down. But ultimately, if you're on X, feel free to come over to YouTube, give us a like for this video, and if you're new to the channel, seen it for the first time, come and subscribe as well. Thank you for joining us on this very, very just out the blue, very, very quick fire FA Cup draw. You had a point on there from Simon Davis that was in chat, said 4% Mackems. Is that regarding the poll that's up at the moment? For people that maybe
it could be. Well, it's gone down to 3% now. So it could be. It could be. All will be revealed later. Of course, if you can see it in front of you if you're watching on YouTube.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Interesting so far.
So obviously we've got the FA Cup draw upcoming. It'll be on in the next few minutes. I'm just waiting for it to kick off and go live. There's just adverts upon adverts at the moment. So just a real quick one, really. Karabag in the Champions League playoff, away from home on Wednesday. How are we feeling about this, boys? Just really quick opinions on this one. You confident we're going to go there and win? We're going to take the feel-good factor with us over to Azerbaijan. Daz, what's your thoughts on this game particularly after the last two? Are you confident now?
Yeah, Carabag or carrier bag, whatever you have for yourself. Yeah, I don't see us losing, even though I don't know anything about them. I've never even seen them play, and I know Liverpool demolished them 6-0 or something on that last Champions League night. But yeah, I think so. And once then we have something positive to kind of take back to St James's Park, we should finish the job then. I'd be very surprised if we're not going through at the end of the two legs.
Mm-hmm. Seeing as we're not doing a match preview for that, because finding the Carabag channel that covers that content in the time it would take to organise that is probably not ideal. But Chris, we would normally have put a team out as our match preview. My question to you is the 4-2-3-1, should it continue into this game on Wednesday? And would you start with that formation if you had the choice?
Yeah, I think so. Just to gather a little bit of momentum, get a bit of consistency. I think I would go 4-2-3-1. I do quite like the double pivot idea, and I would be starting Sandro Tonali and Jacob Ramsey. That's what I would do. So yeah, for me, I would be going 4-2-3-1. I'd like to see Nick Voltemars at keeper's place, of course. Whether he starts Will Asula, maybe Johan Wissa, although it sounds like he's not going to be ready, so it probably will be Will Asula if we continue with that formation. But yeah, I think like Daz for me as well. Anything but a defeat. I think a draw would be a really positive result. Is it in Baku? I think it's
Baku.
Yeah. I think if we got a draw, that'd be really positive, and then we could bring them back to St James's Park and hopefully do the business. So yeah, I think 4-2-3-1, and if we can get a draw over in Baku, Azerbaijan, I think that'd be a decent result. Really do. So yeah, for me, I think 4-2-3-1 and anything but a defeat, I would be more than happy with.
Absolutely. And Sophie mentioned, there's rumours of Joe Linton potentially being back. Also, rumours of a chance of Miley being available to the game. That would be a big boost to get those boys back as well. I'd be confident I'd be confident. You know what, lads? I'm confident in winning this tie anyway. And the reason being is because I don't believe, I could be wrong, but I don't believe Karabag, with all of the English teams that they've played, they haven't scored a goal yet, and they've conceded something like 12 or 13 goals against teams when they've come to England. I think their record is ridiculously poor against the English side. So I'm confident we turn them over at St James's Park anyway. But I do think there's a win there. It is a plastic pitch. I think it's a 4G pitch, so it's a different surface. I think that's what teams tend to get a little bit kind of uncomfortable with, because it is a different style of pitch. And so we'll have to get used to that. They are very different between a normal grass pitch and a sort of a 4G. So let's see if we can like sort of rise to that challenge. But definitely confident that we are going to be bouncing into that game on Wednesday after and everything else.
Good question on this one, Pete. Who's going to be the runner? Who's going to be running the press? Is it going to be Asula, or would you throw Gordon on for 45 minutes?
Good question. I'll be honest with you. I think Eddie Howe will probably go with Gordon, just because Eddie Howe. I don't see a world in which Gordon doesn't play. So Gordon will either be the main guy through the middle, or he plays Asula and he puts Gordon on the left and puts Harvey Barnes on the bench. One thing we didn't really discuss in the show, Harvey Barnes really didn't play well against Aston Villa. He probably was one of the standouts that had a poor game by his standards. And so if there's a time to sort of rest him, it'd probably be on Wednesday. And like I love Harvey Barnes anyway. So I mean, look, that's my opinion on it. So Gordon either starts on the left or he starts through the middle. So I haven't got an issue with Asula starting, providing that Nick Voltemada starts behind him. I think Nick Voltemada needs to start again after that performance. We can't have the stop-start, him having a good game and scoring a goal and then back onto the bench again. I would go with this formation. I would be playing Nick in that sort of deeper role, slightly deeper role, but giving him the license to get into the box and try and get on the end of things. And I wouldn't be against Asula being that press, because I think he presses well. He might not have elements of the other parts of his game, but I thought he pressed really well against Villa. And if you're playing Gordon on the left, that's fine. Like, I've not got an issue with that whatsoever. So either way is my answer, Daz. Either up front or on left wing, but either way he plays.
None of us are worried about it. Go on, come in.
Sorry, I just wanted to segue just ever so slightly, and I can't help myself here. We had a comment from Vava Cabral. Vava Cabral, thank you very much for tuning in. And Vava Cabral says, sick of your ridiculous lack of appreciation of Eddie Howe. Now, Vava Cabral, I don't know how new you are to the channel or not, but I have to call this out. I have to call this out, mate. And the reason being is because if you rewind the past 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks, and people in the chat, if I'm wrong or if I'm lying, please do say. But I think on this channel, we've probably been the most Eddie Howe in out of a lot of channels. Now, it's not fair to name other channels, and I'm not going to do that. But in all the furore, all the drama around Eddie Howe and whether or not he should stay or whether he should go, I would say as a channel we've been quite balanced, and I'm sure the boys will agree with that, in terms of things needed to improve, things weren't going how they should be, things needed to change. But one thing that we said consistently as a channel is that for us, Eddie Howe was going to be staying for the season. And ultimately, we weren't Eddie Howe out, and we were going to back Eddie Howe as much as we best could. Now, a few people have misunderstood. Daz has put a poll in the chat. Now, if you've been tuning in for the last few weeks and months, you'll know that we've been asking the viewers, where are you in terms of Eddie Howe in, Eddie Howe out. So this isn't us trying to create a pylon or anything like that. It's just simply asking the viewers where their heads are at in terms of Eddie Howe in or Eddie Howe out. As a channel, we've all, actively said that for us, Eddie Howe is going to be here till the summer at the very least. And, if he can turn things around, if, changes are made, and if the board back him, etc., then there will be no reason why Eddie Howe couldn't continue in the role. But I just wanted to say that because I didn't want people to assume that we have or we were jumping on the Eddie Howe bandwagon, Eddie Howe out bandwagon, because we absolutely aren't.
Good to clarify that, Chris.
Yeah,
ready for the draw, is he?
Yeah, the draw is just about to start. They're just about to come up and put the balls into the draw. But yeah, no, I saw that comment. And yeah, it was for me, it was ridiculous, and it was clearly someone that doesn't watch the channel very often. That was the most obvious point. But here is the draw coming up. The balls are in. Joe Cole has put them in, and it's just about to start any second now. So the first ball is going to be drawn out. Number 2, Fulham. Is the first ball out. So they've got a home draw.
I want that.
Joe Cole is pulling out the away draws, so hopefully we don't get Joe Cole pulling out our number at any point.
Once he got up his sleeve.
Oh God, yeah. Who knows? Number 4, they got Southampton. Ooh, nice draw for Fulham. Yeah. Southampton. Yes, we are 13.
Yeah.
Here's the next draw coming out. Number 11, Port Vale and Bristol City. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it if you're offering. I'll take it. It's not the home draw that we wanted, but it's definitely a draw that we would like. Number 3, Sunderland get a nice tidy draw. Port Vale and Bristol. So there will be no derby in this round. That's for
double
sure.
Derby. No double Derby.
Number 13, home draw.
Home draw.
We are the home draw.
Yes.
Here we go, people. Here we go. A lot of Macclesfield Man City. Oh my God.
Again.
What is our look, man? Seriously. Man City in the next round of the FA Cup.
Do you know what? The amount of people who put that in the chat as well.
Yeah.
It's going to be Man City. It's going to be Man City. The amount of people.
At least we're at home.
Going on. We're at home, but this is ridiculous, lads. Seriously. Like, this is absolutely ridiculous. You are right, though. We have the home draw, so we have that as a positive. But if you could have had any one that you would have wanted to avoid in that draw, you get that. Leeds United, I'll go through the rest. Leeds United have got Norwich in that next round. I'll go through the rest of the draw just while we're in, because there's still a few big teams in there. Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea. It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous.
I bet you they all avoid each other. Arsenal, Chelsea, and all that. They'll avoid each other.
So Mansfield Town have just been pulled out in the next one.
So that'll be one of the big clubs.
One of the big. You bet it's like a Chelsea or an Arsenal will get that one. It's ridiculous. Arsenal get Mansfield away. It's ridiculous. Honestly,
it's a joke, isn't it?
It really is. It really is. It's ridiculous.
At least let's have a Liverpool Chelsea or something like that.
So Wolves are now be drawn out. They'll probably get Chelsea, who win there comfortably every year anyway. Liverpool. So Liverpool get Wolves. So yeah, there's no clash there. So none of the big teams get to play against each other in this round. They all somehow quite nicely avoid each other. I'll just do the rest of the draw. There's 4 more teams that are coming out at this point.
Tina makes a good point as well, Pete Dunny. To be, as we said earlier, Man City will not be happy either. Man City won't want that game.
Well, that hopefully falls in our favour, because they'll have other things to focus on. So Wrexham are about to pull out Chelsea. So that's a semi-half difficult draw, because Wrexham are a half decent team.
Turn it off now. But I have enough.
So West Ham will play either Macclesfield or Brentford. Hopefully Brentford, so that there's at least another semi-decent, half-decent tie in there. But yeah, that's the draw, people. Newcastle will be playing the 5th round at home at St. James's Park against Man City. So boys,
look at least we still have a chance of winning the tyres, lads. At least the tyres are still on the line.
Yes.
Well, yeah. I need it now.
Yeah,
I'm in the draw. I'm in the draw for the tyres. Get me in that draw. I need it as a fixer to make me feel a little bit better. But what is going on? Why are we getting so many difficult draws? We had it last season on the road to the Carabao Cup. That to be so many big teams on the way there. Yeah. Sorry, I wasn't even looking at the comments. But Brian, you're absolutely right. We had all the big teams in the build-up to the Carabao Cup final, and it just seems like we're on the road to doing that again. And let's not forget, lads, that we have beat Man City at home in their cup tie before. We did it in the Carabao Cup and beat them. But yeah, the one team that you don't want to be playing as regular as we have this season. So that'll be what, 5 times would have played each other this season. Or in all. You don't want to be playing Man City 5 times in one Premier League season. That's for sure.
We have to concentrate on the Champions League, so boys.
Well, maybe they are. See, this is the thing. Like, it's a conversation I was on with somebody yesterday. To be fair, is that with Man City, if their focus is the Premier League, if they're chopping down points to get closer to Arsenal, Champions League they're always going to be fighting for. Is it going to be a priority, especially, lads, as I imagine it says ties will be played between March the 6th and March the 9th. So that's when they're going to be played. Now is that if I'm right in thinking that's the week or 2 weeks before the Carabao Cup final. Is that right? So Carabao Cup final is
normally the middle of March, the Carabao Cup final, isn't it?
Yeah. It's not on the 16th this month, this time I don't believe, or the weekend around the 16th. I think it might be at either side of it. So the point I'm making is that they've got other priorities around that time, and that's the key. That's the key. Is it going to be their high priority? I'm not so sure. And we owe them
our games. This is our games where it sits in between. We know we have Carabao on Wednesday, then City away, Carabao at home, Everton, Man United, Man City here now, Chelsea, then the Mackhams.
Oh,
doesn't get any easier, does it?
Look at this. The final boss. He just turns up at just the right time, doesn't he? Eh? Unlucky guys.
He's watching in the background. He's always watching. He's always watching. And his team just rigging themselves to another comfortable draw. We know you, final boss. We know what your club do. Your club's part of the corruption. Let's not forget that. But we'll come back to Chelsea another time. But yeah.
Okay. I'm going to end the poll now. So people have had plenty of time to look at the poll. So the results are in. Probably come up on screen as well for people. But it is, the question was, what do you want now for NUFC? 60% said Eddie to stay for next season. 60%. 24% said undecided until the summer. So they're on the fence. 13% said Eddie to leave this summer. And 3% said, thanks, Eddie. Goodbye now. There's the result.
So it swung again, isn't it? It swung again.
Yeah.
179 votes.
Excellent. Well, thank you for everyone that voted.
Yeah.
Brilliant to see. Those that voted in that poll, and it just goes to show. There we go. Is it? The results and the feel good factor will swing the votes one way or another. So we'll definitely revisit that maybe in the next 4 weeks or so, 3 or 4 weeks. We'll have had a number of games in between that, a number of tough games, including tonight's draw, which has Newcastle United at home to Manchester City in the 5th round of the FA Cup. This is, would you say, lads, this is our opportunity? Would you say, forget who we're playing against, is this our best chance of getting European football this season? Or would you still say the league is our best opportunity, regardless of the fixture that's been pulled out tonight? Where are you at with that?
How can you hide the fact that we're getting Man City in the next round? But I still think that maybe the league, but with like conference position or something like that. I don't know. I don't see us going all the way in the FA Cup. No.
What about you, Chris? Would you say league's still the biggest chance of European qualification for next season?
After the Champions League, yeah.
Yeah.
No, in all seriousness, yeah. I think it's a fair comment, Pete. You know, if we were to play Man City in the next round and beat them, you know, really we shouldn't be scared of anyone, I don't think, because you know, I think on our day, particularly if we get a home draw, there's no reason why we couldn't beat Arsenal, Liverpool, or Chelsea at home, assuming those 3 teams progress like we expect them to. But yeah, if we beat Man City, then you kind of go into any other fixtures and think, well, it's just another game, isn't it? And those teams that I've just mentioned, they're going to have distractions as well. Liverpool fighting for top 5, Chelsea fighting for top 5, Arsenal fighting for the league. So there is going to be other distractions for those teams too, as well as the other competitions that they're in. So, but yeah, I think, as much as I would love, to think that Europe was a distinct possibility. If anything, that the past 26 games is it that we've played, based on the fact that we can't seem to put a really good run together over 3 games, I would say that our best chance probably is by winning the trophy. And wouldn't it be great to win the FA Cup as well? Carabao Cup last year, FA Cup this year, it'd be majestic. So yeah, I would say that's probably our best hope of securing Europe for me. We can absolutely still get in Europe. There's no doubt about that. But if, as I say, the previous 26 odd games that we've played this season tells us anything, it's that, finding that consistency is difficult. One-off games in a cup game, why not?
Yeah, I'm the same. I know we're all kind of like rolling our eyes, quite rightly and justifiably, that we've got Man City, but it's the fact that we've beat them in the cup at home before. It's the fact that I'm looking at them being stretched in terms of where their priorities are going to be, and this is our opportunity last opportunity to go and win something this season. And I think Newcastle are going to give it everything to try. And there's a little something in my back of my mind. I'm thinking, we've got something to prove here. We rolled over in that semi-final of the Carabao Cup. We know we did, particularly at home. We rolled over and we didn't give ourselves a fighting opportunity in the second leg. Well, this is a one-off game, so we need to go out there, and these boys have got a perfect opportunity now to kind of rewrite that script and to turn over Man City at St. James's Park, which won't be easy, but that would be the perfect way of doing that. I still think there's European qualification in the league, absolutely, but the issue is that we've got to be consistent and we've got to pick up results. We're already a number of points behind. The games are running out. We need to start winning matches. And I just look at our fixtures in March, particularly. Like, forget the away game at the Etihad. If we go there and we give them a game but may not win, that's fine, in my opinion, because nobody expects us to win there. But Everton at home, Man United at home, Sunderland at home. There's 3 games where you go in, you know what? We need to put points on the board. If we're going to be in and around European competition, we're at home, we're at St. James's Park, we need to be winning at least two out of those 3 games. I'm looking at Everton. I'm thinking we've got to win. I'm looking at the derby. I'm thinking we've got to win those games. Neither of those teams are playing amazing. Man United will be a little bit more difficult than we anticipated before, just because of the change in manager, structure, style of play, etc., etc. But still a game we can win. And then you're looking at, I think we've got Palace away. Chelsea away is going to be a difficult game. We've got games where if we can turn up and get points on the board, we're a different proposition going into that April. And obviously with April, with Bruno coming back, etc., we should have Tino back by then, fingers crossed. We will hopefully, and no more injuries, we'll be looking at a different team with different options. So I'm trying to look at this positively, lads. That we've got a chance of turning over Man City in the FA Cup. We also have a chance of really kind of clawing back this season by getting some form of European football. But I do think these next 6 weeks, and this is why Bruno being missing is such a hammer blow, is because these next weeks are going to effectively define the rest of the season. Forget April and May right now. These next 6 weeks are going to define where we are as a football club and where this season is going to look, just because of who we're playing against at the period of time. I've not even added the Champions League in there. Put the Champions League to the side for a second. Just the games that we know that we're playing right now are going to be crucial. So,
for me, it's all about the draw now. The loaded ultra draw. To see what we do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
We didn't have much luck in the first draw, so you never know. You might get lucky in this one.
Good luck to all of our loaded ultras. And if you're not a loaded ultra, become a loaded ultra today. You know what you can do to become a loaded ultra. It's on our YouTube channel. All the details, very, very simple. And you could then be in with a chance in the next loaded draw.
Pete, so yes, if you see that second wheel, Pete.
Oh my god.
That's just for you, Pete. If you get drawn out. So I'll remove that for now. So it says front left tire, back right tire, back left tire, front right tire. So yeah. So
is there a chance you can just do that draw on its own really quickly?
Yeah. We can try it. Let's see. Yeah. It's live. So what can happen?
Here we go.
Give me a front left or a front right. I'll be happy.
Oh, front left.
Oh, you're in luck.
Oh,
yeah.
It's a front left.
Yes, brilliant. One less tire to pay for. Come on. We're joking, man. Okay. I've still got to pay for both.
Let's hope I didn't break it. No, I didn't break it. Good. Right. So there are 131 people in this draw, including ourselves. But if we win, we'll spin again. Don't worry. So yeah,
that's only happened once, hasn't it? I think that's only happened once where we've had to do a respin.
Yeah, it was Richie that won.
It was Richie, wasn't it?
One again. Yeah. We've never been lucky enough to win.
No. Well, there's two prizes up for grabs. Yep, two prizes up for grabs: £25 vouchers or £25 cash, whatever's easier. So, wishing luck to all of the 131 members. Pete, I've got everything crossed for you, mate. Everything. But yeah, let's spin that wheel.
So £25 voucher, or you can take a used tire from Pete. That's the prize. All right, let's go. Let's go.
Best luck. Could be less than 25.
Here we go.
Good luck, people. Good luck to all those ultras. Oh, who we got?
Chris Dawson.
Congratulations, Chris.
Nice one, Chris.
Super.
So get in contact with us, Chris, by any means that available on Twitter, on Insta, or contact us on the I'll put it up after we spin the next one on the email as well. So I'll just remove Chris from this one. So you're ready to go again?
Yep, let's do it.
Let's go.
Good luck, ultras. Give me that right tire. Right.
Vincent Moran.
Oh, Vincent Moran.
Congratulations.
Well done, Vincent.
Nice one, Vincent.
Brilliant stuff.
So we have our two winners, boys. And yeah, as I said, contact us on any of the socials, or you can contact us here as well at loadedmaginfo@gmail.com. So that's how you can get in contact with us. Are
we gonna put a deadline on this, lads? Maybe give a certain day by, because if then we're gonna put if they don't contact us and they're not in with it, we put them back in again for the respin.
Yeah, let's do it. We normally do a week, don't we? So let's call it the 23rd of February. So Vincent and Chris, if you get in touch with us, as Daz says, either on X, Instagram, or by emailing us on that email address, get in touch with us and we'll sort that out for you. But well done to you both, and just reach out.
Cool.
Brilliant. We've had a very interesting question, boys, and I can't remember whether we've ever answered this question. So there's a few viewers out there, I'm sure, who will find this interesting. But yeah, it caught my attention earlier, so I'm gonna. Well, in fact, before I do that, Pokémon, thank you very much for becoming a Loaded Ultra. Top stuff. Next time we have a draw, Pokémon, you will be in the draw. So thank you very much for becoming a Loaded Ultra. Much appreciated. But yeah, Scotto. I don't think I've seen Scotto in the chat before, but Scotto asks, what do you boys do for a living? And the thing is, Scotto, which most people will know, this isn't our day job. This isn't our full-time job. This is very much a hobby, which has kind of sprouted and gone bigger and bigger as time has gone on. But which of you boys wants to answer that first?
Well, I teach.
Go on, Pete. Go on, Pete.
I'm a teacher. I teach, so that's my profession. Outside of putting out content for Newcastle United fans, that's what I do.
Dazzler?
I'm a senior software engineer. I work with software development teams, and I'm a Scrum Master within that sphere. So that is me.
Well, I am a senior HR manager. I work in the civil service. Bit boring compared to you boys, that. But yeah, senior HR manager in the civil service. Yeah. So yeah, that's what the three of us do. So for anyone who didn't know that, yeah, a little bit of interesting facts for you there. But yeah, that's what we like to do in the daytime. So yeah, I like that, Scott. So nice question, mate. Nice question. Right. Oh, I didn't know if we were. In fact, we'll come to this one first. I'll go to Fraden first. Fraden says, how many points do you think fifth place in the Premier League will end up with? I think we'll finish on 58 to 62, meaning Newcastle. What do you think on that, Daz? First of all, how many points will it be to finish in fifth? And then how many points do you think Newcastle will finish on?
I'm going to last season's league because this question came up last year and I didn't really answer it either. I need to find last.
That was right, yeah, because we. Oh, in fact, while you're looking, Daz, Scotto's just come back. I'm enjoying it. Like that, Scotto.
Nice one.
Nice, mate. Nice.
Good trade, that.
Good profession.
Good trade.
Very good profession. Yeah.
Right. So last year we finished in fifth, and we had 66 points, and we're joint with Villa. We just got through on goal difference. Let me just. I'm going to bring up this season's.
What was the points tally last year, Daz?
66.
60. Yeah, it won't be at 66 this year, will it? Don't think it'll be 66.
It's correct. Chelsea are currently sitting in fifth, and they're on 44. So 22 more points, and they should be.
And how many games are left, Daz? Is it 12?
There's 12, yeah.
Yeah. So feasibly another 36 points up for grabs.
They have to win 7 out of those and a draw. I think it'll be higher than 66.
Do you think so?
Yeah. Yeah, because last season as well, there was an awful lot of everyone was dropping points. It was a bit of a roller coaster season as well. So I think it's going to be higher. I'm going to go 68.
I think it might be to get top 4. I think it might need to be around that mark, around the sort of 60 to 64 point mark to get top 4. I think to get top 5 might be slightly less. I think anywhere around. I think 60 to 62 points could get you top 5 this season. I don't see enough consistency from Chelsea. I don't see enough consistency from Liverpool. No. That may change. We definitely don't have that level of consistency. Brentford are the same. I'm looking at those teams that are going to be fighting around it. You could add in Sunderland and Everton, but I'm not going to. But obviously, they're teams that are going to need to topple. Fulham are another team that don't. You're looking at those teams. All those teams I've just mentioned are kind of in and around where we want to be, and none of those teams that I've just mentioned are anywhere consistent at all. Man United put 4 wins on the bounce and then drew away at West Ham, probably the easiest fixture of the lot of all of that run of games. But I think they're because of their 1 game a week, they'll have enough to get top 4. I just think that I think of course Arsenal, City are away. Villa have accumulated too many points to drop off now. It would be a seismic drop off for Villa to lose out on Champions League football. So I think those 3 positions are done. Man United are massive favourites to get top 4, and then it's yeah, then you're looking at Chelsea favourites to get top 5. But again, like I say, they're inconsistent. The problem we've got now is that Chelsea's next run of fixtures are against teams you'd expect to pick up points. So I think they've got like Burnley again soon, and I think they've got Leeds at home. No, they've already played Leeds. They've got Wolves. They've got a run of games anyway. I can't remember exactly what their fixtures are. They've got a run of games where you're looking at it and you're thinking they're going to win at least 2 or 3, 2 out of the next 3 of those, which will then catapult them even further to where they need to be. Which is why I think Champions League's out the question for us. I'm looking solely at Europa League. I'm looking solely at Conference League. They're my kind of focuses right now. Can we get into those positions and stay there? Then if we can get in those positions and stay there, we can look where we are at that point. I think it's got to be a process, but we've got to be consistent in beating teams on a regular basis. If we, you know what, the ideal situation, I'm not saying this is going to happen, but the ideal situation for us is that we go to City and we take a point from them. If we could go to City and just frustrate the hell out of them, just make it like an absolute shithousery performance and take a point, and just go there with the aim of you're not going to take points from us today. If we were to take a point from that would, I think, give us confidence going into the Everton game. And then it could breed confidence going into the next run of fixtures. That's where it could start. But yeah,
I would not feel shameless wearing the sunglasses if we got a draw against City at the weekend. I would take that here all day long.
Yeah, but that's the thing, and the reason why I'm saying it like that is because if we did that, it wouldn't be pretty. That's what I mean by that kind of. It's not this free flowing great football that people would want us to produce. It would literally just be like shithousery, just like, you know, nicking a goal out of nothing and then just defending for our lives. Effectively, that type of game, because you've seen it in the past. Teams have gone there and done that. Teams have gone there and frustrated them. This is my biggest frustration with Newcastle United in going to the Etihad, is that teams, lesser quality teams than us, have gone there with a game plan to just stifle them, just to frustrate the hell out of them, stop them playing. We know what Man City are like. They do that pass, side to side football when they've got no direct way of playing. And it would just be a case of, can we stop them playing? Because look at the second half, boys. Look at the second half in that second leg. Right, they blitzed us with 3 quick goals in that first half. And yes, the game might have been done. But in the second half, even when they tried to pick it up and they brought Haaland on, etc., they struggled to break us down and create chances. So we know we can do it, but we made the mistake of having a mindset of just going all out to try and get that first goal. In the Premier League, it's different. You're setting up to going, you know what? It's the Etihad. Let's set up to take a point and be difficult to play against. And then let's see how the game unfolds as it goes along. Because we know Man City, and they've done it with plenty of teams in the past, when it gets to later on in the game and they haven't scored and they haven't got their goal and they're winning comfortably, they can get a little bit of itchy feet. And that's where openings can happen. So I'm just taking that game in isolation, because I think that could really be a springboard, an even bigger springboard than the last 2 games have been, to going, you know what, we can get points on the board here. We're going to have to approach it differently. Eddie Howe said it before the Spurs game and after the Brentford loss. We've got to do something different. We've got to go back to basics. We've got to try a different method. It might not be pretty football, but if it can get us results, I don't think fans would complain that much.
Do you know what, Pete? I don't mean to contradict you, and because I don't know if you've seen these fixtures, but it's funny. I've just been looking. I've looked at Liverpool, Man United, Chelsea. Oh, mate, you want to see Chelsea's fixtures?
Yeah, I saw it. Sophie put it in the chat.
Oh, she just put it in.
Yeah, I was thinking. So
you're thinking Liverpool or Man U, I think.
Yeah, so I was thinking they had Wolves and Leeds, but they've already played those 2 teams and beat them. Yeah. So I think they got Burnley next, and then they got Arsenal and Villa.
Listen to this, right? So I'm going to Man U. Chelsea have got Burnley at home. You were spot on with that. Burnley at home, but then listen to this run of fixtures. I can't see Chelsea getting Champions League off this. Chelsea, after Burnley at home, Chelsea have got Arsenal away. They've got Villa away. They've then got Newcastle at home. Oh, here we go. Yeah, cheers, Daz. They've got. let me take that question off. They've got Everton away, City at home, Man U at home, Brighton away, Forest at home, which they should win, Liverpool away, Tottenham, which they probably will win, even though it is a bit of a derby there, and then Sunderland away. It's like, and Daz, if you can, mate, get up the Man United fixtures.
What does that take them up to? Does that take them up to the end of May?
End of the season?
Yeah.
That is that's a horrific run of fixtures.
Terrific, mate. Terrific. And then if you look at Man United, you look at the points tally that Man United are on. They've got some tricky fixtures, but they've got a lot of fixtures where you look and go, yeah, they'll probably win that. So obviously Everton away. And then they've got Palace at home. They should win. Newcastle away. I do fancy us to win that. Villa at home won't be easy. But then they've got Bournemouth away, which they're capable of winning. Leeds at home, they should win. Chelsea away. Brentford at home, they should be winning. Liverpool at home, be a tough one. Sunderland away, be a tough one. But then they've got Forest at home. So Man United are probably going to be all right. And I think the most favourable of the teams we've just been talking about is probably Liverpool. Liverpool again. You look at the fixtures Liverpool have got, and they should be they should be getting enough. Forest away, West Ham at home, Wolves away, Tottenham at home. They always do well against Tottenham. Brighton away won't be too easy. Fulham at home, they should win. They always tend to win the derby. Palace a bit of a bogey team for them, but at home you'd fancy them. Man United away. Yeah, the Man United away would just be don't get beat. Chelsea at home, they've got a good record against Chelsea. Villa away, I think it'll be wrapped up by Villa away, and then they've got Brentford at home.
The last three are tough, but it could be curtains for them anyway. It might be objective done by then.
Yeah. So what we're saying there, boys, is I'd say for us, because then if you pull our fixtures up, Daz, when you compare that to the other teams, we have got some very winnable games there, haven't we? I mean, Everton at home, you fancy us to win there. Man City away, yeah. See the way I just completely dodged that. Yeah. But yeah, Everton at home, Man United away. Man United at home. Yeah, we should be able to give them a good game there. Stamford Bridge has been a good stomping ground for us in recent years. The derby, we owe them one.
Must win.
Palace, we can do it at Selhurst Park. Bournemouth at home, we need to bloody beat them. We beat them in the cup, but we need to actually beat them in the Premier League.
We drew a win at Selhurst Park as well against Palace.
Yeah, we are. And there's no market.
It's been a while. It's been a while since we got a win there. We need to turn them over.
Yeah, absolutely. And then obviously the Emirates isn't going to be easy. Definitely, I think we'd take a draw all day there. Brighton at home, we should be okay. Forest away, we should be winning, and you'd hope Forest will be safe by then, so they might down tools a little bit. West Ham at home should be winning. We owe them one after getting beat at their place, and then Fulham away. We've got something to fight for. There's no reason why we can't go to Craven Cottage and get something. So you look at our fixtures and go, well, actually, it's not too bad. The thing that kills me, boys, the thing that I still can't wrap my head around, is the fact that we're 9 points behind Man United. How on earth did we get to that point where we're 9 points behind Man United? Because if we were in the 40 region, if we were 42, 43, you'd be thinking we've got a bloody good chance of Champions League here. But I just think that points gap is a killer. It's a killer. If we had another 6, 7 points, it look different.
The killer for us, the reason why we're that many behind is because they've been able to put 4 on the bounce.
Yeah.
That's the difference, is that we haven't been able to. We did 3 on the bounce. It should have been 4, and then we drew 0-0 to Wolves. That was a killer for us.
Yeah.
The Brentford game was a killer.
Yeah.
The Villa game, we didn't play nowhere near well enough. And even a point would have been a positive one out of that. But we're at home. We should have done more. You're looking at those 3 games and you're thinking, they're the games that have really kind of let us down. If I'm going to be honest, they're the ones. But they've been able to put a run of games together, and that's the difference. Z, welcome Z to the chat. Man United fan. He's just put Pete. We're 9 unbeaten, and that's the difference. That's That's what
Did he get his haircut? No, not 5 wins, 9 unbeaten.
United Strand. No, he's still
yes.
He's still got a little way to go.
I hope Final Boss see what we were saying. I hope Final Boss seen what we were saying, Pete.
I think he is. I think he is. I think he knows. I think he knows it.
Yeah. The other thing is, boys, there's like some. If we're in our search to get European football, we've got a lot of. We can call them 6-pointers. Sunderland, Fulham, even as well. Last day of the season, Bournemouth, because we need to try and beat them in the league. We never can. Everton, we have to play them. They're ahead of us, so it's a 6-pointer. We no good with Brentford. We bet us twice. Liverpool's done and dusted as well. Chelsea and Man United. There's a lot of 6-pointers there on offer. So that if we get 3, we'll jump 3 on whoever we potentially beat. So
that's it. That is it. So yeah, that's why March is huge. You know, we play Everton at home, we play Man United at home, we play Chelsea away, who actually, now we've seen their fixtures, they could be in a bad run of form themselves. So mentally, how are they going to be approaching that game? Could we stifle them? Who knows? There's a lot of variables to consider with regards to this. I think, do we play Man United midweek at St James's Park?
Oh yeah,
I feel like we do. Yeah, we do. On Wednesday, it's the 4th of March.
Yeah.
So midweek game under the lights at St James's Park. Does that tip it in our favour?
I'd say so.
Potentially.
Yeah.
So there's that to contend with as well, because we would have been in the flow of playing a lot of midweek games and having the flow of playing midweek. They won't be, because they've just been playing 1 game a week. They would have had to play the 3-game week that weekend potentially, unless it's fallen on the FA Cup. But yeah, so there's a lot of variables anyway that could change it. But let's wait and see, lads. Let's wait and see.
Yeah, definitely. It's just, you know what? MCFC Pappy, I'm sick of Newcastle. Mate, we are sick of you. We should have both had a nice draw tonight, shouldn't we? Should have both had a nice draw. God.
That sounded very personal, Chris. We're sick of you.
Yeah, we're sick of you as well. We don't want to play you, mate. We don't.
Man City always get the comfortable draws. Didn't they just hammer a team like 10-0 or something, or 10-1? Is it Exeter?
Yeah.
Come on, man. You've had enough easy draws. Like, it's our turn. It was our turn to get an easy draw, not you guys. Who did they have at the weekend? Did they have Salford? That's been the last 2 rounds. Both at the Etihad. Yeah. Get out of it. You make us sick, Pappy. Yeah. You make us sick.
Listen, David.
I know. I think do you know what? He was probably hoping a bit like us. He was probably hoping for another nice, easy draw. But this is what we said at the start, boys. Man City will have looked at that draw and gone off. Now Newcastle at St James's Park, they won't fancy it. They won't. But we fancy it even less for obvious reasons. Yeah, but it is what it is, boys. It is what it is. The draw has been made. The draw has been made. Yeah.
Right. I think, are we wrapping up, boys?
Yeah. One more question. Sorry, Daz. One quickie. And we have to talk about it because it's being spoken about daily now. Certainly, whenever you open X, it gets spoken about. Gary D says, lads, what do you make of reports that City, Arsenal, and Liverpool are all after Gordon? And they're talking about a 95 million. I don't know where this 95 million fees come from. And he also says, Gary, with Tonali, Dumas, and Tino, surely we can't be selling them all. What are your thoughts, Pete? Where do you stand? We're not going to do another poll. But where do you stand as things are in terms of, Anthony Gordon, potentially Sandro Tonali, potentially Tino Livramento? Where's your head at with this?
Being honest with you, I just have a weird feeling that out of the 3, that Anthony Gordon is the more likely to leave this summer. That's kind of where I'm at right now. I've just got a feeling that this might well be the season. Or the summer for Newcastle United to maybe cash in. That's kind of where I'm at. Look, there's no smoke without fire with regards to interest. For me,
Does that play the part?
Not in the Gordon situation, not for me.
No.
Champions League, it might be his reasoning for leaving, but I think Newcastle United sell him or potentially sell him regardless of who's getting Champions League football or not. I think it could be Champions League could be a reason for teams coming in for Sandro Tonali, but I don't know. Just seeing him on Saturday and all the talk around it, I think we're going to get offers for Sandro. There's going to be a lot of talk about Sandro, but I've got a feeling that Newcastle are going to put their foot down. This is how I'm feeling right now. Could be different when we're talking in April or May, but this is kind of where I'm at in terms of our feelings. I've got a feeling that Newcastle might well put their foot down and go, no, you give us one more season, and then we'll consider it afterwards. And I think one of the considered top players may leave, but I've just got a feeling it's Gordon. There's a lot of noise now. There's a lot of noise now that Man City are looking elsewhere instead of Tino.
Yeah.
There's a lot of noise now that they're looking at Coyote at Brentford, and not Tino Livramento. And so for me, I think there's probably a higher chance that Tino signs a new contract and stays at Newcastle United, which would be great news. It would make sense for me. Obviously, his injuries that he's had this season haven't been great, and that might be something that's potentially put City off. I'm not saying they've completely walked away from him, but I think they're probably looking at it in a different direction. So I think Tino has a higher chance of staying and signing a new deal with Newcastle. So that's kind of where I'm at. I don't see a world in which one of those players leaves, but in which one of those players doesn't leave. But I think it was more likely to be Anthony Gordon. The big thing is for Newcastle fans, anyone that's watching this, don't get drawn into the transfer fee. No. So all the noise the other day was it was going to be 95 million, etc., etc. It won't be. All of these, I've said it before and I'll say it again. The numbers on transfer fees when they're being reported in February and March are ridiculous. They're rubbish. Don't listen to them. Nobody has a value at this point. If we're having the same conversation in June or July and there are values on a player's head, that is likely to be more realistic, because at that point in the summer, the transfer is more likely to be done. So therefore, the transfer fee will hold more weight. The transfer fee right now in February holds no weight for me. I don't listen to it. I'll listen to the speculation because I think the team may well be interested in signing that player. So, for example, Arsenal, Liverpool, interested. I'll throw Chelsea into that hat. I'm not sure if they're on that conversation, but I'd throw Chelsea into that hat in a team that would want Anthony Gordon too. Remember, they wanted him before we signed him. So they've got history there. I think those teams would be interested in Anthony Gordon, but I don't believe the fees that are being bandied around right now. Yes, we should, whoever put that comment on. But for me, like I look at Anthony Gordon's situation now and I'm going, yes, he's put 9 goals up this season, but a lot of them set pieces and penalties. He just isn't performing consistently. The fact that he's doing okay as a striker tells us the whole story about what he's producing this season. Because he's not doing it as a left winger. Maybe, just maybe, his time at Newcastle United in terms of what he's able to do and where he's able to develop is finished. And maybe he needs to move on elsewhere to continue his career. Maybe we as a club need to move into a different direction in terms of a different type of winger that we need to sign and work with and help our evolution of our team. There's a lot of factors here. There's no guarantee he gets sold. There's no guarantee any one of those players gets sold. But I'm more likely leaning towards Anthony Gordon potentially leaving. And I wouldn't be against that, but it would depend on the fee. But that fee is only going to be discussed in the summer for me, not right now.
Taz, just before I come to you, I need to shut this down. MCFC Pappy's saying Anderson will cost too much. Tonali, we could possibly get a deal done for 50 million. And CFC Pappy, right? Just to be clear, we paid 55 million for Sandro Tonali. So for us to sell him for 50 million would be absolutely bonkers. I think it's fair to say, boys, you're talking at least 90 million for Tonali, at least. it could be more. It could be more. But Daz, what are your thoughts on Tino, Gordon, Sandro?
50 million. He couldn't get his tonali. Never mind tonali. Right. It is. It's one of these, Chris. That question.
That's a loaded question, isn't it?
It sure is, Eddie. But I think lessons have been learned for me, and lessons have been learned from last summer and Mr. Alexander Isak and the whole saga there. And I thought with us getting Champions League football, he's going nowhere. Oh, boy, was I wrong on that one. So I don't know. Anything's possible. I don't want to lose any of them. I definitely don't want to lose Tonali. And the agent situation has me worried though on that. Even though these images and what was said after the game as well, but I don't think it's going to come down to that. He has a good relationship with Eddie Howe, but who knows what's going on behind the scenes. Gordon, I bigged him up at the start of the season. I thought he was going to have a phenomenal season. It hasn't really happened. Just few bright sparks, but nothing major from what I would expect from him. And Tino, the whole contract situation is a worry, and we don't know what's happening there. But I definitely don't want to lose him either. So anything's possible. I'm not going to lie. Anything's possible.
Yeah. So my thoughts. I agree with you, Pete. I think Anthony Gordon is probably the most likely to leave. I would then say the next most likely is probably Sandro Tonali, given all the the rumors and the they say there's no smoke without fire, don't they? I actually think Tino Livramento will stay. I completely agree. I think Tino Livramento. I think his big move probably was last summer. And yeah, maybe the injuries will stop him moving on. And plus, let's be honest, boys, for the fee that Newcastle United would want for Tino Livramento, I think that prices him out of the move straight away. I think everything would have to be perfect in order for Tino Livramento to leave, because I don't think Newcastle would accept anything less than, say, 70 million for him. And if you're paying 70 million for a right back, you want him to be almost perfect. And more importantly, you want him to be fully fit all the time. And unfortunately, Tino's had a couple of injuries. So I think that'll prevent him from leaving. But yeah, in terms of Anthony Gordon, I think he's destined to move now, I would say. And unlike some other players that we've been speaking about recently, I think Anthony Gordon is almost guaranteed to move to another Premier League club. I think it will either be a Liverpool, an Arsenal, possibly a Chelsea. Someone in the chat mentioned Chelsea. That we know Chelsea were interested in Gordon before we got him. So yeah, I wouldn't rule that out. But as long as the fee was right, it's a hell of a lot of money for us to reinvest elsewhere. And Anthony Gordon hasn't quite hit the heights of what we expected or needed from him this season. So as I say, if the money was right, I think I would be interested. Sandro is a difficult one because I love Sandro, and I think he's an absolutely fantastic footballer. But at the same time, I realise and appreciate that he should really be playing at the very top level, and if we can't offer him the very top level, then unfortunately we might have to let him go. But yeah, that's kind of where I am with it. But really good question, and and last question for you, Pete. Sophie says, "Are you on the race for Europe tonight, Pete?"
I'll be there. I will be there.
I look forward to watching that.
Yeah, probably get Billy saying that all of those decisions were the correct decisions.
Pete, give a bit, Pete. Yeah. Oh, actually, on the subject of this guy, he's not doing a Premier League game this weekend, is he?
Neither is the linesman.
Oh, good.
So they should be. And I said after on the reaction, minimum 2 weeks. They should be nowhere near reffing games for that period of time. There should be a statement out. I'm waiting with anticipation for this ref watch that they tend to do every so often, because there should be a whole show just on that match alone, with how poor it is. But there's also been lots of calls for Howard Webb to step down as the head of the PGMOL. Wow. And rightly so, because this situation with referees is not getting any better; it's getting worse. So whatever he's trying to implement behind the scenes is not working. It's not working. So
Will he go back to Man United, do you think, if he does go?
What, like
Howard Webb?
Yeah, what who was
that's where he came from.
Yeah, no, you're right. I was just thinking it was the ref that went to Forest, the Geordie ref. I can't remember his name.
Mark Clattenburg.
Clattenburg, that's it.
Gladiators.
Yeah, Clattenburg, who ended up spending a few months at Forest in a consultant's role. Don't be surprised if the board, if Scruffy Jim is appointing a Howard Webb as a consultant to try and get them over the line for Champions League football.
Right, that is it. That is your lot. Carry your bag on Wednesday night. You never know, you might see us somewhere else as well. In the meantime, we'll see. Get those
likes up. 10 away from 100. Come on, people, get those likes up on the way out. Anyway,
we have to do it. We haven't played this one for a while, so I think because of that message in the chat earlier, and just because we ran a poll. How'd you like that? See you in the next one. Good luck.